Hello buddy, what's up, how you doing? Welcome back to the gaming tutorial. I'm back again after a very long time off YouTube, but I hope you don't mind. In the last video we made the collectibles, the coins and the cherries on the screen to gain points. And in this video I'll be teaching you how to make a very simple enemy that you see on the screen running around and continuously staying on the grid motion as the character do. As you can see, he's like moving between 32 pixel areas and then jumping back and forth. That's what we'll be focusing on in this video. So without further ado, let's make it up Game Maker Studio and I'll teach you how to do it. I've taken the liberty of creating a sprite for the enemy that we'll be creating in this video. It's the red part is 24 by 24, but the whole canvas is 32 by 32. That way we can easily make a mask that's 32 by 32 like the grid area that we have. It's easier for me, easier to code it that way, and then we center the sprite. Next, I'll create an object, and I'll call it Wenemy. Assign it. I don't want to create a new sprite. I want to assign it the sprite that we created. Add event, and we want enemy creation, and we'll call this a code creation, and we'll call this initialize variables movement variable. The movement of this enemy is very simple. It consists of almost the same code as it is for OBJ player. Let me just open that code for a second. It's almost the same here, but instead of using key left, key right, up and down, we'll use a variable called dir, which will represent the direction we'll be moving in. So we can first start with that. Dir is equal to I random range 0,3, and this will give us a random number between 0 and 3, and it's supposed to be an integer. The reason I'm doing it like this is because in a circle we had a degree 360 degrees in a circle, and the way this game maker takes is 0 to 359. This way, if we take the degree it is, let's say, to the player from the enemy, and divided by 90, and you do a divided by 90 and then you round it down, it will always be a number between 0 and 3. This will be later used for us to create where the enemy chases the player. Next we can take a few of the code lines here. We can take all of those actually and copy paste. And that's the create event. Next, we create a step and drag in some code action. And this is choose thing direction. And I once again just take the code from the OG player because we already have that. Take everything from if is not moving and copy it over. And we'll remove these parts we don't need. We don't need these. And I'll just write this so I know which part is what. This one is right, up and down, and here starts it. First thing that happens if we're not moving and want this to choose a random direction to go. So once again this. Then we want to do a switch on this, on dir or direction. And the way we will do it is that if you take a direction that is towards right, so let's say anything between 0 and 90, and divided by 90 you will get and if it's divided by 90 and then floor it, as it's called, around it, you will get 0. So case 0 will be right. Let's see. Case 0 will be right, and then we can take where HSP is positive here. We'll just pull this right. And then the next one, if you follow the degree, is going to be 1. 1 and 1 is going to be up, I meant. So we copy that and bring it in. And comment it here, up. Next one, following the same logic, will then be left. That will be HSP negative. And case 3 will be down. this, oh, there's one letter missing, is moving. We can also remove this where we set the HSP or VSP to 0, well, because we'll be doing it manually later on. Now continuing, we can close this and add in another code event, and we'll call this collide and move. Because as we do with the player object, we have to see if his move timer is greater than 0. If it is, whether or not he's colliding with the wall, and if he is, then we need to change direction. So we want to say if is moving first of all, because we only want to run this if the character is moving. And then if move timer is greater than 0. And then now we have to check if he's colliding. It's a lot easier to check the collision for this guy, because at some point HSP is when HSP is either a positive or negative number, VSP is 0, and if VSP is anything except 0, then or HSP is 0. So we can just say if place meeting x plus HSP, y plus VSP, obj wall, and that's not a y, that's a v. There. We can perform event perform EV other EV user 0. That's basically gonna run other user defined 0. We'll just put a code in here and reset movement. We'll fix that later. And then we'll have to x plus equal HSP and y plus equal VSP, and move timer minus equal move speed. I believe that was move timer and move speed. Yes. Else, if he is 0, then we also want to reset the movement. So we can just copy paste that in. Over to the user defined. Here we want to set move time. Okay, first one set is moving to 0. To false, sorry. Move timer to 0, HSP to 0, and VSP to 0. Now to test this is very easy. You just open new room, and as you see here, I have actually done a little bit of change compared to how it looked in the previous video. And you just place the obj enemy inside in the room, and then we're done. This is everything done. And that concludes this video. As you see, we have an enemy going around. He's not stopping, he's not running into walls, he's turning around and changing direction all the time, which is what we would expect. There's a few differences between him and the normal Pac-Man characters. For example, the fact that they had a specific motion that they would use, there's a specific place they would prefer to be. But that's a little bit more advanced from what we're trying to do now. We just want to create a very simple enemy. Either in the next or in a future video, we'll be taking care of how to make this guy a little bit smarter. So for example, when we collide with him, we die. Or the fact that he will chase the player around the map. Then we'll, in some other video later on this series, we'll take care of each individual ghost and their behavior as well, plus creating the map. If you enjoyed this video, then please leave a like, and if you really loved it, then make sure to subscribe, because that is what makes the world to me. That's what makes it enjoyable for me to make videos and tutorials and teaching you how Game Maker functions. If you have any ideas what we can do in a future video, or any ideas you want to show in this series, then make sure to either write down on my Facebook or Twitter, or down in the comment section of this video. All of the description is also always, the comment section is all the way down, but on the screen you'll find links to my Facebook and Twitter, plus you'll find that in the description as well. So until next time, have a good time, and a great day.